Hello race fans, sim fans, RC fans, Racing 393. Now, I've been... My dark. Now I've been using Assetto Corsa for many years and pretty much download all the the mods that come out as often as I can. I particularly like the open wheel variety. Just a personal preference. There's many companies that make an obscene amount of mods for Assetto Corsa, and ASR is a very good company which I get a lot of content from. I have to pay for it all. It's nothing, got no sponsors, nothing like that. So another company which I also purchase mods from is Race Sim Studio, RSS. Now they do also a lot of open wheel cars, and I thought, well, this one here, this is a 2020. I don't know. Is that? It's not an Indy car, but it's not anything. It's not even Formula One, but it resembles kind of Formula One a little bit. It's kind of its own entity, and I think what would be a good idea is if you're into your Formula One or IndyCar or open wheel, I strongly recommend that you give these cars a try. I've kind of skipped past them in previous times. I don't know why. There is something about them which doesn't draw me to them. I think it's because they're not official. This one isn't. Some are. This one isn't. Most mods, unless it's got an official license, tend to be a silhouette of what the car they represent. So this is a little bit, well, I think it's more Formula One than IndyCar based on the shape. A couple of those fairings, the front wing, the side fairing, a little bit is a bit IndyCar-esque. But you can see the tyres, they represent Pirelli by the design, but they're not Pirelli. Was that Forza or Formula? Formula Zero, I think that says on there. So they're just a made up fictitious tyre manufacturer. I don't even think the sponsors are official. So looking at the picture there. So, but the purpose of this video is it's surprisingly very addictive, these cars, how good they perform. And I would strongly urge you, if you have the chance, to get onto the website, and if you haven't done so already, and give these cars a go. So I'm just going to compare a couple of cars against each other. So this one initially is from ASR Formula. It represents a Formula One type car, and we're going to take it around a track that I enjoy driving around. Actually, it's the new Hockenheim ring. So it does away with the long straights that go out into the country, as it were. They've long gone now. It's got more of a circuit feel. There's a bit of me that actually prefers the new one, and there's a bit of retro in me that actually prefers the old one. From a spectator point of view, the old one would have been terrible because you can't see out the back of the circuit. So I would say that watching the race, if you was watching any racing on television, would be a lot better. However, the same can be said for any big circuit. Look at Le Mans, for example. That's you only see the cars go past once every 2.5 minutes or whatever it is. So, but we're going to get this car around the track, give it a warm up, few quick laps. I'll talk about how I feel driving the car. I'm using my external app through SimHub, which modulates, well, not modulates, that's the wrong word, isn't it? Simulates the tyre wear, and it works very well with this. I find it. It's one of the rare occasions where you can actually feel the car and the tyres come on or go off. So right, so that's 5 minutes of rambling on. So let me jump in the car in Assetto Corsa, and we'll take it out for I'll do my normal. We'll have a look around the car. It did say Formula F0, and looking at this, it's apart from ASR. If I zoom in here, sponsored by Zandvoort, drivingitalia.net. I think I've heard of them. Creations Web. You know, I think they're original. Actually, I think they're an actual company. And On Wheels TV. I've not heard of them, but it's not to say that they're a real company. So the car from the sideways does look Formula One rather than IndyCar, but there's a few things about the car that can sway either way. Perhaps back when this car was made and released, 2020, the halo clearly was on there. The type of Formula One style of tyre. You've got the shark fin here for the back of the car. There's a little winglet there on top of the halo. As you can see, some cars have that anyway. It's got the fairings on the side, some winglets, things that divert the air around the bodywork. So it's very much IndyCar stroke F1. If I zoom around the back, you can see, and I'll zoom in a little bit here. I'm going to try and hopefully you can see that, because I had problems with the screen centralizing for some reason, but a bit more detailed as we zoom in. So it's got that single exhaust for the hybrid era of engine. Diffuser on the back. It looks very nice, actually. I mean, I can't really fault the car. You can see there the cockpit. I'm not saying that we can get into the cockpit from here, but fairly detailed. It's not quite as, I should say, as fluent as what the cars perhaps now by ASR. They do certainly look rather more detailed, but I suppose that's by the by, to be honest. It's how they actually drive in the sim is what matters. It does have DRS, which we've mapped to our steering wheel, so well, yeah, that's about as much as I can tell you about it, really. I mean, it's I don't have the information right in front of me here that would tell me what engine's in it. That'll be when it loads up. I'm trying not to yawn. Okay, let me we'll jump in now. So we're looking at the car itself now. Hopefully I did do a recording on this, but you couldn't hear my voice. So typically rear-wheel drive sequential. So that points to the sequential shifter I have, rather than paddle shift, is what I was using earlier. It's a race car, single-seater. It's made in Italy, 2020, ASR-H. Not sure what it stands for. It has been updated, 1.01. I was using version 1 earlier, but 630 brake horses, 411 pounds of Newton meter torque. And a maximum speed of 330k, so about 200 odd miles an hour. You can see that by the power curve here. So the interesting thing here is that anything below 5,000 RPM or about 4,000 RPM, there's not a lot of power there. And the power is increasing slightly, but there's hardly any torque. then it comes in with all of a bang, so about 4,000 RPM off the corner. It will come in with a huge oomph, loads of wheel spin probably. The power band keeps going up to the maximum power, but the torque peters off at around 400 or 411, but say 400 brake horse, and then starts to drop off. So that means on a long straight, the car will sort of go, and then it will plateau out with its power. So the longer the straight, it will not go any quicker. The DRS will enable the car to get down the straights a bit quicker. Not sure what size engine it is. I think it's a V6 sort of hybrid setup. It's fairly old, it's made 2020. It's released by ASR. I downloaded it ages ago, so I thought I'd do a video on this and we'll see how it goes. We're in the pits, Hockenheim. I hope you can hear me, because I can't hear myself. I was looking for the gear lever. So here we go with a bit of an outlap. Warming the tyres up. It's the bog standard setting, so I haven't messed around with any settings. Got DRS. Back tyres are nice and warm. DRS again. The brakes aren't even warm yet. Another DRS zone. That's flat out now.
We're seeing minor wear all around.
And it does come in with a punch. It's got loads of grip though. Nothing on the low end. Sort of below 4,000. Tyres are nice and hot now. Let's give it a go. DRS zone 2. Nice. Nice line. That's flat out.
You've got cold front tyres.
Bit wide there. Sort of missed the apex. But everything's red hot. Well, I was looking at my my dash. Lock the wheel up then. Don't think that's very quick.
Last lap was at 1:24.40. Good lap. That's your quickest today.
I missed the last DRS zone. I've got that one. It's under braking.
Sector 1 is 0.6 off your best.
Flat. That was better though. On the power.
Sector 2 is 0.5, slower than your best.
Bit tidier there.
That was 125.92 your current.
Right, let's analyse the lap. So this is my quick lap. Just going to start it now. I've slowed it down so that I can talk and point out the things with you. So DRS open, pretty much on the marks there. Coming down the main straight. The first corner is also, it's not as tight as you think. You can brake at the 100 metre board. And staying wide, you've got to let the car roll in, I find. If you brake too hard, it can swap ends on standard settings. That's the first corner, so that was not the hairpin. But DRS again, but late. Come on, DRS. I must have forgot. Oh, there it is. I forgot. So this is coming down to the hairpin. Again, braking at the 100 metre board. Staying quite wide. Let's see if I get the apex. So we should sort of bringing it in. Rolling off the throttle. Rolling off the brake. So it can turn in. That's not bad. That, to me, that looked like a pretty good bit of oversteer on exit, but controllable. This bit's flat out now, so there shouldn't be in a winged downforce car. There shouldn't be any issue keeping flat round here, and we can take it out fairly wide out to the curb. You don't really want to hit those curbs though, because it tends to unsettle the car. And we've got another DRS zone here. Let's see if I get that right. So it should be on now. A bit late. So there's, they call this a parabolica. Seem to have nicked a lot of names from other racetracks, but this is the fastest part of the course. The torque curve will plateau out as the power slightly increasing. Quite good speed you can get down towards this hairpin. Very tricky hairpin. It's a lot tighter. And I think on this lap, I completely missed the apex. So it turns in. Oh, I did get the apex. Not bad. Nice power coming out. On the curb. That's a gear, first gear sort of hairpin. This next corner is a right-hander, taken flat out. Depends on what gear you end up in. I think I was in either 5th or 6th, I can't remember. But we had room there, so we turned in a little bit late. Not that you needed it. Another tricky corner, 3rd gear I take this one in. It's a sweeping left-hander, not to outbrake yourself, very easy to do here. This is called Mercedes, of all names. So not the best line, sort of missed the turning point and was wide on exit. This next right-hander is a bit of a blind right-hander, but we've taken this one a lot more speed, I find, on this one. You don't have to sort of hit the apex on this particular corner because it's such a wide exit. And I'd always tend to encourage use of curbs there on the exit. They're quite smooth. And this is going into the stadium now, so this is the bit where a lot of time can be won and lost on this track. This car handles really well. It's not really about the track, but so we've got lots of curb on there. That was good. Carrying a lot of speed into the first part of the stadium complex. The car does sit really well. It encourages you to drive faster and faster. You can really feel the downforce working on the steering wheel through the force feedback. I'm not sure. I think I went a bit wide here. I don't know. No, it wasn't that. That was the previous lap. So that wasn't bad. It unsettles the car a little bit there because we sort of got a little bit tight on the exit. We should have unwound the steering wheel there a little bit to carry the speed. Now these next segment of corners, if you get them right, the final corner is a 2-corner effort, but you can take it as 1 corner. It's just getting the line right. You can see the car gripping there really well. Tyres were screaming hot. I think went a bit wide here, but it did allow the lap, which was interesting. So the inside of the tyres weren't over the curb, so we can carry the speed around the corner and across the line there to finish the lap. Did I do DRS? No. Oh, yeah, there it is. Just remembered. So there's more speed to be done if I was concentrating when the DRS flap should be open. Right, so that is ASR's H-2020 open wheel car that resembles an F1 car. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back just to have a look at the lap time. So here we are at my lap time. I did a 1:24.4. My last, which I did earlier on today, a little bit of a practice, was a 1:25. So you can see we're a lot quicker there. And I still think there's definitely a 23, if not a 22.9 in that car around that circuit. This morning, because it was more in kind to the daytime hours, I was running real conditions. I can't do that now because the time of this recording is at night time. I don't particularly want to go around at night. But very good. ASR-H 2020. It was about €4 or something. I don't know if it still is, but definitely worth a purchase. We're going to compare now that lap with a Race Sim Studios open wheel car, and we're going to see if there's any difference with lap times and feel. So hopefully you'll join me on that very soon. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like or a thumbs up. Follow the channel for more, stuff like this. I do tend to hover around Assetto Corsa on the PC. It just seems to me a more complete sim with open-ended mods, which suits me. Even R-Factor 2. There are times when that's really good, and there are times when it doesn't get anywhere near Assetto Corsa. So that'll be it for now. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.